Hello, hello. This is Strategic Change Guide podcast, and it is Motivational Monday by Jim and Lucy. When we look back at history, reading histories and biographies and all of this, we get excited about how people invented things, how people changed the world, just all about those people. And every day we are not that excited when we use electricity, when we have in our laptops, gadgets, and nice clothes and nice fabrics, nice materials and all of this. But all of this is a result of big work and not a one person, but it always a result of one person thinking. Someone was thinking that it could be better, it could be different, it could be used, it could be innovated. So there was always one person who decided to change and started that change. And then civilization just developed it more and more. And that was the next person who improved something, and next and again, generations. So now we have all these things around us, and we do have all these goods, and we do have an internet, and we do have so many options around us. And it's all a result when one person decided that it could be. So today we have a quote for today. People who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. Are you crazy enough?
Well, you're quite right, Lucy. I was working on a project just a couple of days ago, and a couple of thoughts came to my mind. One is that when we were kids, we were told by our parents. I mean, just imagine, almost all of us, even dictators, are generally told by their parents that they loved them and as well that they could do anything in life. None of our parents wanted us to grow and say, you know what, you're just going to be a flat-out failure. You're never going to accomplish anything. You cannot do everything in life. Well, we know in reality as we grow older, we can't do everything. But somehow growing up, we had this idea that impossible thinking rather than impossible thinking, that nothing was beyond us, that if we work hard enough and work smart enough and we gave it enough time, that we can make something magical happen. Well, as we become more accustomed to the world, we realize that we can't do that. But you know what? The difference between whether we can and cannot do it is quite honestly within our control. That's because our thinking makes it so. And we've heard this countless times, but just think about your own life. When you think about heroes in your life, people that set an example of overcoming immeasurable, almost impossible obstacles, oftentimes we look at business or we look at someone in entertainment and so on. But I want you right now to think in terms of someone in your family or someone who's next door or perhaps even your own life. When I taught fifth grade math and science, I had a young man who hadn't been in school in quite a long time. In fact, he had a probation officer at that age, if you can believe that. And so we kind of got the idea. I was a first-year teacher, and I didn't understand why everything had to be done just because someone else said it had to be done that way. And so what I did is that we had quite a few newspapers that were stocked in the room that was overflowing week after week after week that literally nobody hardly ever read. They just didn't have the time or even cared. So what I did is that we had a recycling program going on at the time, and I arranged for my students to go to the principal's office and grab a dolly at the time, and they were going to go there at a certain time of the day and wheel this room full of paper that everybody deposited and take it out to the school's recycling area. So I took several of the troublesome boys, forgive me for using that term. They were just great kids, but they had this projection of troublesome boys to everyone else. They would happily whistle as they were going down the hallway with the dolly to pick up these newspapers and take them to the school's recycling area. They didn't receive any pay from it. They did receive an award. And guess what the reward was? Something as simple as a blue and a white ribbon that they could put on their pants and the side and on the belt loop every day to show that they accomplished something great. And that made their day. Here these young men were right among us, not athletes or anyone else, right among us doing wonderful and great things. So pick someone out in your family, pick someone in your neighborhood, at work and so on, that have nothing to give you, that's doing an extraordinary job. And then after you do that, pick yourself out and pat yourself on the back because you're doing better than you think you can.
And this is not a fight between technology, engineering, and humanitarian science, you can make change everywhere and with everything. So just think, what can you change? Maybe in business, maybe in economy, maybe in finance. Maybe you're an innovator who just inventing something new technology or new device. So we will be using in 2 years, we all will be using it. Someone did come up with the idea of smartphone. Do you have one? I bet you do. And someone came an idea about laptop. We're all using it. And we don't know big names as Steve Jobs, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, but we just know a few of them. But in fact, every person can start a change within yourself first, and then within your small group, the people you talk to, and you can innovate. If you have an idea, you can just find an application. You can do this easily. As you noticed, I came from post-communist country, and a couple of days ago we had a discussion how different we see market economy. Because I remember years ago when first in an economy class in the university I read about market economy, how it works. I was surprised coming from socialist. I was actually a bit scared. How does it work? That's so competitive. I know now we can enjoy it, but then for many people it looked weird. But someone came up with the idea and innovated, and that's how world works. So it's not about just create some new gadget. You can innovate simple things. You can create the book that will help millions. You can create new design of something that will be adorable and people will love it, and that will change life, because just seeing something nice as an art is just nice to me. I know many people think it's more, but it is something that will inspire you, inspire other people. So you can start change, and you do. You just need to be excited enough. And another quote, a part of it actually, that if you're excited enough, you don't have to be pushed. So if you're motivated every day going to work and starting your work day, you see that you accomplish a lot without forcing yourself doing those tasks. Just proper time management and proper organization. But motivation is the first thing.
Yes, it is. And motivation is a word that comes from within. And before we change anyone else, we have to change ourselves. But if you find that it's difficult to do that, to get the impulse, to get the energy to do so, perhaps if you're someone that used to be like I used to be once, where I was really shy and everyone thought I was terribly outgoing, and that wasn't quite the case. In this case, what you can do is make sure you step out of the house, make sure you greet someone, even if you don't feel like it and the weather is bad. You step out, you go, you meet new people, not the same people, not sitting in the same group, and challenge yourself. Shake somebody's hand, don't find anything negative, and be happy to see them. Introduce yourself and make a new friend. You can do that.
You can do everything. Just read a bit of some history books. Someone came up with the idea how to build all these buildings. Someone came up with the idea how to provide electricity and how to manage to have fire to heat these buildings and to make food. Someone actually came up with the idea how to cook this food, how to season it, use salt, and use fire. So what do we have now? All these 5-star restaurants? We do have a lot. We do have a whole cultures of foodies who enjoy different foods and everything. So anywhere, motivation is you. And motivation starts within you. And we're here to help you with this.
Go to our website, please, at www.woodskovalovaGroup.com. That's Kovalova, Kovalova Group. That's my first time spelling it correctly. Okay, so please go to our website, because what you're going to see is our coaching programs as well as our personal development programs and business webinars on the line, as well as insights and motivation on our blogs. Now, I encourage you to do this, because this is an important investment in yourself. Maybe perhaps you shudder when you hear those words, but if you keep doing what you're doing right now, you're going to be in the same place 10, 15 years from now. No stories to tell, nothing grand that you have accomplished, and all your dreams disappeared. It's time to renew those.
And if you're lost between our products and coaching products and trainings and everything, just drop a line to our email, Lucy@Wiskovalova or Jim@Wiskovalova, or just give us a call. You can find phone number on our website. And remember, we are here for you every Monday. Just drop a line and we'll talk on your subject.
Bye-bye.